Alright guys, here I am again, and after the fifth game of the wild card weekend, the Bears versus the Saints go out victorious, as was very much widely expected. I think I even in my earlier wild card videos basically predicted it. So the Saints are moving on. The score was 21-9. It was an interesting game because there was a couple knife's edge moments where it could have gone the other way. There was like the 50-yard pass by Mitch Trubisky, which would have actually, I think, either tied the game. I don't know. It was early on. It would have absolutely changed the game but then it got dropped. It was a very good pass, too. And then they ended up pulling away in the third quarter, got up 21-3. And then an incredible one-handed catch by the tight end as the buzzer went off to make it 21-9. Extra point wasn't even taken because it didn't matter at that point. I mean, that one-handed catch, I know it doesn't matter, but it was incredible. I was like, when I saw it, but yeah, Saints are a lot better than the Bears. The Chicago Bears were honestly lucky to even be in the playoffs this year. Frankly, they probably weren't good enough. They weren't the worst team because the football team, although they actually played pretty well. But yeah, it was probably a foregone conclusion, even at the beginning of the game. Yes, Drew Brees is past his best, and that's obvious, but it would be kind of poetic to see him go out winning a Super Bowl. I'd kind of like to see that if my beloved Browns can't somehow manage to miraculously win it. It'd be nice to see Drew Brees and the Saints go all the way this year. And one hot take, I've kind of thought this for a while, and I still think it, but, I think eventually Mitch Trubisky's going to come good. He's got the natural stuff. He's got to mature and stuff. I don't know if he'll get enough time with the Bears, but I don't know. I've always kind of thought eventually he's going to come good. He wasn't great today. He was okay. If he would have had that one 50-yard touchdown pass, if it weren't for that pathetic drop, I probably could have caught that. Yeah, it would have been a much different game, and it would have looked much different for him. He ended somewhere near 200 yards. I'm not sure if he actually got it. One touchdown pass, which isn't great, but he's pretty young still. I always kind of figured he'd eventually come good because he's good in college. Yeah, he'll never be as good as Mahomes and Watson in the same draft class, but I don't know. He seems like he could be a solid player. He's got the natural stuff. He's got a great arm. His accuracy's not too bad all the time. He needs to improve on his decision making and intelligent play, and then maybe he'll be a good quarterback. Because Drew Brees, he had more of an arm when he was younger. At this point, he doesn't have a huge arm anymore. He's 41. He's turning 42. He's born in the 1970s. So he's a pretty old guy at this point. I think it's probably right that he's thinking about retirement. But he was a good player in his career, and he's still a good player. He'll be moving around to the next round where they face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Battle of the Old Men, where you got Tom Brady and Drew Brees, both into their 40s, playing each other for legacy, really. Brees is in his last year, almost certainly. And Brady, he might keep going. It's Tom Brady. It's very possible he keeps going. And then in that conference, you've got the Green Bay Packers with their talismanic leader, Aaron Rodgers. And they actually have a really good offense this year. That's the reason they won the most games, and they're the 1 seed. I would say your best bet is probably on them. Although you never know with Tom Brady, he can pull out magic. And then Drew Brees in his last year, he's going to really want it badly. And then playing the Packers in the other game is the Los Angeles Rams with half a quarterback in Jared Goff because he's got 9 fingers and he was never that good in the first place. And a backup who's played very few minutes, very few games in the NFL. The Rams' defense is incredible, so it's really hard to say with that defense what's actually going to happen in that game. And the last game is where those stupid idiots from the Steelers play like God's Angels from the Browns. Go Browns. If we win, I'm going to be very happy. All right, thanks for watching. See y'all later.